Alright. Welcome back, guys, to the Nexus podcast review of Set 5. This is the third vid, and we're going to be covering some yellow and yellow-white combinations today. Make sure to go and check out the previous ones if you haven't checked them out already. You don't want to miss any of the takes we've had so far. And today I am joined by Emmy. It's just me and Emmy today. We're changing things up. We're reordering stuff, giving people time, and I think this format's working quite well personally. But do let us guys know in the comments how you prefer the format. Do you have any opinions, any suggestions? We're happy to listen, aren't we?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's good to give each other a rest. And next few videos we'll leave Harry and Josh on. But yeah, really excited to jump on yellow white. I think there's some spicy cards here.
I agree. And I think, I mean, if I take it away already, I mean, we're starting with an X rare. By the way, this is in no specific order. It's just I just send it over and whatnot as a BSS DB hasn't updated just yet, but hopefully will be updated very soon. So this is the first of the X rares, the Knight Algelia. 4 cost 2 reduction, Skybinder Angel. During either attack step at 1, 2, and 3, when you use a magic card, this spirit gains Astral and 3k BP during this turn. Um, After the effect resolves fully. And then it has a luster at level 2 and 3, but only 2 cores for the level 2.
Yeah, I
What's
think
your
that
choices?
luster level 2 is really interesting. We
Mm.
haven't seen a lot of luster support up until now, right? Like
Yeah, Luster's been pretty much not non-existent. But then again, I guess it is yellow,
after
right?
Flagellum,
So
yeah, of course.
yeah,
I think that
yeah.
was the
Uh,
huge one, and then a bit of silence, and yeah, this card is quite interesting. I'm not a yellow player myself.
mm,
Um, the family angel is interesting now that we have some of the Evangelion angel stuff. This does count as an
that's true. It
angel.
works. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I don't think there's a lot of synergy there, but yeah, maybe this with Michaela. I don't know. You think
I, I,
it's a good
I
card?
like this card even like without Angel Synergy. Like
Mm.
even in like a yellow tempo kind of list. I mean, like I really love the design of that first effect. Like it can gain offensive astral, but also defensive astral. During either attack step, whenever, and it gains that 3k BP, which sometimes Luster's problem has been like reaching those BP thresholds. I feel like, um, because it is, yeah. I mean, the power gain's not a once per turn either, so
Yeah.
it's quite interesting, but I don't know what deck it's going to fit into. I mean, we'll go through some of the other cards, and maybe we can come back to this. But it's a bit of a. I mean, Skybinder maybe, but is Skybinder going to be a magic heavy deck? Not from what we've seen.
No, it's definitely interesting. Good call out on the during either attack step for the Astral, and definitely good BP threshold. Like I think 6k is a nice number to hit on 4 cores. Yellow does have ways to generate cores, of course, including blast mechanic ramping off of life. What I find interesting is that it's a 4 cost to reduction. It feels like a bit of a boss
Mm,
monster, but it's also like an early game play, like an early
I
game,
think
like maybe threat.
I think most of the Astrals we've seen so far haven't had much like in terms of BP gain. I feel like, but this is quite cool. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, yeah, pretty good. Next, we have the Angel Snipping is a sniper. For cost 3 reduction, yellow. Level 2 and 3 has luster when it attacks. Pretty standard, a low curve for BPs. Like we are 2, 3, and 4k. So that's very unimpressive. And I think like they're better luster cards, and you don't probably need an angel for a luster. But I don't know. Am I missing something here?
I don't. I mean, last time we really saw Luster do anything. I mean, we were testing Luster for Worlds. They were doing the Michaela Flagellum package, and that was pretty much the only Luster. But I think that deck needed one or more Lusters, and I think you maybe even argue Flagellum's just too slow at the moment. But that's why I like the other guy that we checked out, the X-Rare. This feels like a worse version of him. Um, but it's got 3 reduction, I guess.
Yeah, the other luster card that was used was was it Caladium? No. Um
Um.
like that like kind of duck kind of thing or goose, I think.
Oh,
That
the
had
2-drop guy.
yeah, has
Mm.
luster, right?
Yes, it
From
has lost at
set
2 and
1.
3.
So
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
I think, but I think one thing when we talk about Luster, we need to think about kind of why Luster's not seeing play at the moment. And I think, I mean, the best 2 decks in the game are just really fast, and obviously red destroys yellow. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for some kind of cards that can help against those red matchups. I think that's what I'm looking at.
Totally. Yeah. Then we have the Treasure Guard Golden Lock. I'll take this one. Again,
Yeah, sure. I'll take
it's
this
like
one.
a vanilla 3 cost, 1 reduction, 1 symbol, blast level 3 and 4 cores. I mean,
Oh, that's not seeing
sure.
play, is it?
Yeah. So blast.
Hippocampo.
Yeah, the Hippocampo is a card. Like, why would you
Wait,
ever?
Hippocampo's just better in every way, right? Like it's
Yeah.
3 cores for 4K as well.
3 cores
Oh
for
god.
4K. Yes. It only has 2 levels, Hippocampo. And I guess if you're really eager to play 8 3 drops with Blast, but again, Blast is only on level 3. So this is an
Oh.
example we mentioned in the last, I think, video with Purple that is like vanillas with a key effect that doesn't add
Yeah,
much.
I think that this is the equivalent of the purple curse from last video. Yeah. All right, we've got the Cheshire Soul now. This is a bit interesting. 2 cost, 1 yellow reduction, Skybinder and Otherlander during the opponent's turn. Astral and 2K, 3K, 4K, all at 1, 2, and 3. Cool. So this is our very first defensive Astral. So it can only be used to basically, well, it can only block basically. That's the context of this card is to block opposing Astrals. That's why I kind of made a bit of a big deal when the X rare could do it, both offensive but also defensive Astral. Um, Interesting card. I mean, to be fair, this is like one of the more fabled beast looking cards I've ever seen, but it's not a fabled beast. Um, Otherlanders don't really do anything at the moment. Of our local yellow player Kian brought it to locals recently, and it just was missing so many things. Do you think Skybinder want this kind of card? I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like where we should look at is really at the cost. If you haven't
Mm,
checked out, we did a purple yellow video review, and that's where we've seen a lot of like 2 cost synergy. And I wonder
mm.
if like you just have this in your 2 cost deck just as a maybe tech to defend from Astral. Um, but yeah, this seems to be the soul of the Cheshire Cat that we've got from set 2, I think. Um, but
I guess
yeah,
this card's viability is how viable the other Astrals are, right? Like if they're super popular, this is the kind of card you might even main, right? In yellow, but if it's
yeah, it could be like
most
a
popular.
1 cost blocker against if Astral becomes like the main thing in the meta. Who knows?
It's cool. It's cool. We've got Peril Beast, Tao Wu this time. 5 cost, 2 yellow, 1 white. See, we're getting to some of the white stuff here. Fabled Beast, there they are. We've Fabled Beasts have been chilling a little bit. When summoned at 1, 2, and 3, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, and you return any number of them. Basically, you get to put any number back to the top, any number back to the bottom. Is what this card does. And it has a chain of white. So if there's a white symbol on your board, the Taowu cannot be selected by spirits of your opponent's spirits until the end of their next turn. Okay, and then it has Luster at 2 and 3, but it's got a pretty nice stat line of 5k for 2 and 6k for 3. Um, Interesting, right? Like,
Yeah, I guess like that's the white side of the card, even though this is a purely yellow card, but like the stats
mm,
are pretty buffed. Um, I just I cannot understand like what kind of synergy does that when summon effect
I think you can resolve
have?
it before you draw from Paradise potentially. So I think you can kind of stack your Paradise draw. That's really
Gotcha.
the only way I can kind of see
Yeah,
it.
that's a really good point. Yeah, for sure. Because you're an active player, you can say, "I'll
You
resolve the
choose,
one
yeah,
summon."
yeah.
You can look at the three
Um,
cards and then draw
because
what you want.
all you have to do is declare that you've exhausted while you're playing. That's the one thing you have to make sure you do, because you can't play and then exhaust. You have to exhaust while playing. But then I believe you do get to choose the ordering. Um, let's talk about Chain White effect. So he can't be targeted, or they, sorry, they can't be targeted by the effects of your opponent's spirits until the end of their next turn. So it can still be Irad because Ira's not
Yeah,
selecting. I don't know how good that is. Like, it just can't be selected. But like, I feel like because even Hydra, I don't know. That's a weird ruling. But I
yeah. It doesn't. It doesn't. I mean, it saves it from also like effects that bounce, right? So cannot be selected by effects,
True
so it cannot
the
be
Valkyries.
destroyed. Yeah, Valkyries, Tiger, anything that from a body that bounces, even the heavy gun barrel that put at the bottom
True.
a when
Yeah.
summon, right? Um, but it seems very situational, and the Luster
Yeah.
seems like pretty random to be honest. There,
It seems
um,
random, but now Fable Beasts have luster, like just built into their archetype, right? But yeah, I think the problem with this card is just like at the beginning I mentioned about looking for anti-red cards, and so far that doesn't help that matchup. So, but interesting
yeah.
card for
Next up, we
your favorite card.
have Dark Iberics. Yet another Fable Beast. This
Mm.
time is a 4 cost, 2 reduction, 1 yellow, 1 white. Is a
That's
1
purple.
symbol.
That's a purple
Oh, it
one.
is a purple. Yes.
Mm.
I got misled by the
Yeah.
direction here. It is a purple indeed. And in fact, it has an effect with a chain purple. So it says, when destroyed by opponent at level 1, 2, and 3, place a core from your reserve into your life. Chain
Ooh.
purple says, draw a card. This seems pretty good to me.
Hmm.
Obviously, it's from the reserve to your life, so we need to keep a core into the reserve if we want to make sure that we get value from it.
Well,
Um,
when it dies, I right the core would go back into your
oh
reserve
yeah, I
anyway
guess
from the
like you
card.
resolve the
So
destruction first, so you would have it anyway. You're right.
but you
So
do go
yeah.
-1 core technically.
Mm,
And also it's not a you may, you have to do it. So even if you didn't want to lose that 1 core, you do.
yeah.
Um, so purple, you're thinking the purple synergy stuff from before, but it says when destroyed by opponent, so you can't do any deadly balance or doubly deadly to get the resolved. Um, it's an interesting card. I don't.
I like the look of it
I
to be honest.
I've seen some people say it's really really powerful, and I've seen some people who don't think it's too powerful. Um, it's weird. I don't know because I don't know if it fits into the 2 cost deck really. Do just general Fabled Beasts play it, but then do they need a card like this? I mean, it lets you take more hits against Hydra, right? In theory, because you would gain 1 and you just take the 2, but it lets you like.
The potential of having like rotting swamp and phantasmal in play and just
Mm,
play this for 2 and then you swing at like you already drew a card when you summon it and then you swing and if it dies you draw 2 cards, you gain a
mm,
life. That is insane to me.
yeah,
I think it can
I
drive
think
a lot of value directly and indirectly.
yeah, this card's pretty neat.
Mm, yeah, I like it. Oh, your favorite.
All right, we go back to the surveyors. Surveyor Puff Poof. 3 cost. Obviously every reduction besides its own color. But this is interesting. This is a surveyor with a level 1 effect. At level 1, 2, and 3, during your attack step, when one of your surveyor spirits is destroyed by your opponent, select one of your opponent's spirits and it reduce its BP by 2k. So the purple one from yesterday that we looked at was when one's destroyed, remove a core. So this is when one's destroyed, remove 2k from something. I mean, it feels a bit meh, but it
Yeah, a
is a
bit
level
weak.
1 effect.
Yeah.
A very
Um
cool art though. I'll give it cool art.
yeah, I mean I don't know. Like, I think looking at these effects by themselves, um, is not like it is quite underwhelming. I wonder if,
Mm,
you know, the goal of the deck is really like kind of like swarming a little bit, like have, you know, two pieces on turn one going second. Well, no, you couldn't either actually. Um Starting to essentially like snowball. That's what I think it could be like
mm.
if you have a
Yeah,
draw
because
engine.
because because they keep coming down free, right?
Yeah,
Like,
like
yeah,
it
yeah.
snowballs, and then you get situation where you can attack, and you have like three or four effects, you know, happening at the same
Mm.
time. This stacks other effects from other surveyor stacks. So I think like looking at itself, like maybe like most of the surveyors are underwhelming. I wonder if we'll be able to build an archetype deck of surveyors that, you know, actually you know, combining all the effects and stacking all the effect. Um
I think that's viable this set, but I just don't. I think it might be more of like a rogue low tier two strategy. You know, that's what I'm thinking at the
yeah,
moment.
don't get me wrong, I'm not hyping it up too much, but yeah, we don't, you never
Fatal
know,
Beast
I
as well,
think.
though.
Yeah.
Fatal Beast. Yeah.
We have a cat. Uh
Yeah.
Ether, I guess that's what they're
Mm.
calling for. It's a Skybinder and Fable Beast. 3 cost, 1 reduction. Has a 1 summon, level 1, 2, and 3. Select one of your other spirit with 1 symbol. It gains Astral during this turn. This is like Joker from set 5, pretty much.
Pretty
Um,
spooky.
right?
Yeah.
And it's a Fable Beast. So you can
Mm.
play this, maybe draw a card, make another um, spirit, quote unquote, unblockable against Astral for that turn. It's pretty
Only
early in the
single tier at
game.
least. Single symbol at least, I guess,
Yeah,
right? So
that's
it's
true.
not.
That is true. But I think it's interesting. It's actually a rare. It's a rare card.
I think it's a kind of card that like maybe now doesn't see play, but like it's a card you have to think about for the future. Like there might be some really degenerate like one symbol combos you can do with this card, like in the future. Sage Pentan, 3 cost 2 reduction, Lyric Bird, and Wonderfair. During either attack step, no level requirement. When one of your opponent's spirits is destroyed via reducing its BP to 0, you may summon this spirit card from your trash exhausted without paying its cost. And it's got a pretty good stat line of 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Okay. It stacks, by the way, if you get multiple in the drop. You can bring back 2 in one go, 3 in one go. But it's a bit of a weird family typing. You know, it doesn't synergize with much of yellow.
And it's not a
Uh,
2
yeah.
cost, which I think could have been
Maybe
relevant.
not being too good. Not too sure. It's a scary card though, right? Because like it can just like if 3 of them end up in the drop zone and you reduce one thing to 0, all 3 come back obviously exhausted, right? That's the balancing side. Um. Okay. I don't hate it. I
Yeah.
don't hate it.
I think it's we've said everything we had to say on this card, but it's
Yeah.
yet another Penton. But
I'll let you
we
take this one.
have, all right, I'll take this one. Um Goddess Astrina is like Either, which we've seen already with the purple, I think. Um
Yes.
Review, yeah. Angel, 6 cost, 3 reduction, 1 symbol, yellow card. Has 3 effects. The first one is a when summon level 1, 2, 3. If you have 3 or fewer life, you place a court from the void into your life. Easy as. Level 2 and 3, during opponent's attack step, your life can only be reduced by 1 each time you take damage from an attack by one of your opponent's spirits. So essentially,
Mm.
reduce the 2 symbol to just taking 1 life each attack. Um, During final effect at level 3 with 4 cores is during your attack step, When one of your Light Guide or Spirit's attacks reduces your opponent's life, remove a core that is not a soul core from this spirit and place it into your life. That is crazy to me. Like,
It's a really good card.
it's pretty good. What do you think, Karen?
It's interesting. There's a lot of things I can take away from this card. First of all, the when summoned effect is very similar to Aegis back in the day. You heal up one, which was really good back in the day. And it maybe even now it's more important to go from that one extra life lets you play Ice Shield a bit earlier against double symbol decks. But talk about double symbol decks, that reduced by one. It's okay. I think only problem is I think the big threats right now with Ira can just blow up your board still, so this card's just gone and Hydra can probably still find a way to
Literally
just
what I was thinking. Like, I
yeah.
cannot, unfortunately, I don't want to be a doomer, but I cannot look at a card and think it's good if it's not good against Ira or Hydra. And that's the
And
reality of things.
yeah,
Like, it does three things. These are three amazing effects. Like, all three really relevant and really good. But does it die to Ira? Yes. Does it die to Hydra? Yes. And that,
mm.
you know,
But I will say that last effect counts herself. Like when she deals damage, it just says whenever a light guider. And for those who don't know, light guiders are actually the zodiac signs in this game for BSS. So the last one that we saw was purple, which was Ophugus, the 13th zodiac. This is based off of Virgo, Astrina. And we've got one more light guider, which we'll see next video. But they're kind of teasing this light guider stuff, so pay attention to that tag. But what deck does she fit into? Do you think? Like, where does she go?
I don't know. Like, I think it's quite flexible, right? Because obviously, yeah, there's no affiliation to any like specific like deck that like calls for it.
Mm,
Perhaps like a Laster. I think also potentially uh a 2 cost yellow, maybe. I
yeah,
don't
I,
think
I think
Fable
it's
Beast needs this, to be honest, because like you're already gaining life. You don't need this. So
yeah. I think her place might be a bit unfortunate, but just keep in mind that she exists now.
for sure.
Oh,
Okay. So first batch done. We have a late working fairy, our first yellow white card. This is a 4 cost, 2 reduction, 1 yellow, 1 white. It has one symbol that counts either yellow or white. Is a yellow white
mm,
card. Has a when summon, a level 1, 2, and 3. This spirit gains luster or blessed during this turn. I
hmm.
think this is the first card we get where you choose what
Yeah,
keywords
you only get one.
against. Yeah. This I mean, I don't like this. Like I
I
think
think it's
it's good
terrible.
to have the sorry?
I think it's terrible.
Yeah, it's interesting. Obviously, like the split symbols we talked about it, really good. But it just like it gains it further turn. So you really need to
Mm,
have like good tempo to play this
it
already.
becomes a vanilla at the end of the turn, right?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah.
With horrible stats as well. So
And a horrible family as well. Like,
yeah, fair folk. Yeah. I think we can
yeah.
move on.
We got a Silver Angel, Magica Machina. This is the one of the main cards in like the trailers and everything. 6 costs, 2 yellow, 2 white, so 4 total reduction. Angel and Android. Android's pretty relevant. When summoned, select a magic card with 2 or more colors from your trash and return it to your hand. And when destroyed at 2 and 3, reduce the BP of all of your opponent's spirits by 2K. 3 core, 6K, 4K, 7K, dual symbol as well, dual coloring as well. Um, I'm a bit underwhelmed by
Yeah, me
her.
too. It costs too much, I think. Um
Where's the luster? She's an angel.
yeah, and why does it have to be like a magic card with two or more colors? Like
Because otherwise you could add back Ice Shield. That's
yeah,
why.
I guess so. That's true. But Why not?
Yeah.
Cost 6.
I don't think we want a game where we infinitely recycle ice shields. Personally, please not around, not now.
Yeah.
I don't think she's good.
No, unfortunately not. And she's like a bit of like the icon, yeah, on this set. I don't know. I think I will try to play this card just because I really like the white
She
yellow.
got she got it. She got an SPO as well.
Yeah. I mean, the Fable Beast we're gonna see is the one that I really want to play, but yeah, a bit underwhelming, I think. Yeah. We have another angel, base defense angel Rita, 3 cost, 2 reduction, 1 yellow, 1 white, also split symbol, yellow white card, has armor blue, level 1 and 2, and level 2, it has luster. I really like this card. I think
Hmm.
could see some play. Level 2 is 4 cores, um, so not great stat line. Also, that gun is way too big. It cannot be a pistol. There's no way she's just handling a gun like that. What do you think, Kieran?
I don't like her at all. I'm gonna be that guy. I mean, the blue is nice, but the red matchup is horrendous still. I 4 cores is way too much for Luster. I know it's because it's a white spirit technically, and I think they're being cautious on that. But like, I just don't think it sees play, and I feel bad because now all 3 of the cards back to back to back for white yellow just not seeing play.
Yeah, they're not
Um,
great.
I don't, I don't think it's good. Nah.
I I'm just so annoyed because I think it's such a interesting archetype. I mean,
I don't think they even tried to make it an
no,
archetype. Like when you look at this, like where's the synergy?
yeah, it's a bit odd.
We got
A vanilla
first vanilla.
toy.
I chucked it in here just because it's a possible 0 cost. It has the dual symbol split. It's a 2 cost. Maybe the 2 cost deck
Actually,
wants
yeah.
it,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
then
yeah.
it's a white card. So yeah.
Weird. I like it though.
All right.
Then we have the big
The
boy.
last extra we got Wendy Gloom. This was actually shown really early on. 4 cost, 2 yellow, 1 white reduction, so 3 combined. It's a fabled beast with good artwork. Okay, so while it attacks, you may pay if you pay a soul core to as part of a magic's cost. Sorry, I'm gonna have to just zoom in on this guy. Okay, I've got him here. Wendy Gloom was a bit too small for my screen before. Um, but okay. So 4 cost to okay, we're gonna cut this out. It's fine. Okay. Yeah. So when you spend a soul core as part of a magic card's cost while using it from your hand, you draw a card after the effect resolves. So pretty good. During either attack step at level 2 and level 3, the first time you use a white magic card from your hand this turn, after the effect resolves, select one of your opponent's spirits that costs 6 or more and return it to their hand during either of the attack steps. And it finally has luster at level 2 and level 3 with a dual split symbol and dual coloring. Mucho texter. Mucho texter.
I
I
love
mean,
this. I love this card. I think
I
it's
feel like I
so
think he's
good.
insane, but like maybe him being insane is what made all the other white yellow cards look crap
Yeah, they
in
they put all
comparison.
they overtuned this one, and yeah, it's true.
All I'm gonna say is Fabled Beast now do Luster better than Angels. So like Angels are, I'm sorry, Angels are in the bin. Like yeah, they gave Fabled Beast Luster. Fabled Beast are back. Like
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Good luster on a good body that goes to 7k on 4 cores. Totally doable because it costs as low as 1. I mean, that's nuts that this card costs 4 to begin with. Um, I think that's way too cheap. Um,
I I disagree because I think we need more kind of higher impact single symbol cheaper cards, right, to kind of compete with the big double symbol beast at the moment, right? So I think this kind of card's all right.
that's a good
It's
point.
very
Yeah.
strong, but it does require a bit of setup. Like, it comes down really cheap, but you still need a cause to start popping off with the magics and casting them and stuff. So it's 4 with 3 reduction, but then it's also not, if you know what I mean. Like
Yeah. So what I really like is if we get it on 4 cores and we swing, we can do like carnage, right? We
Even two cores, right? We don't need four, right? Just
Oh
two.
yeah, sorry, 2 cores. Yeah. Luster is on level 2 as well. So we can
Mm.
swing, can play a magic card. If it resolves, everything is good. We draw a card, take the spell back, bounce spirit.
But it has to
Wow.
be a white card for the bouncing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Has
it
to be.
has to be a
Yeah.
white card. So yeah, I'm just thinking like this with Dream Bomb. Oh my god. It's
Well, that's the best case scenario, but if
yeah.
I think we've actually got the magics next if we move on.
Yeah, let's do that.
I think we're going to straight into a magic like for next section. Um, so the first magic is a white yellow magic, snow melting light. 5 costs, 2 yellow, 2 white, so it can go down to costing just pure 1. Main and flash effect is you select a spirit, and during this turn, that spirit cannot be blocked by your opponent's spirits that cost 5 or fewer. And it has a chain white of selecting an opponent's spirits with one symbol. Sorry, so it selects one of your spirits with one symbol and refresh it. So this is the what was that white spell?
Regain.
Regain.
Hmm.
This is regain, but more for Wendy Gloom because you can restand the Wendy Gloom, attack, play this, restand the Wendy Gloom, attack, replay this. It's an infinite combo because of the lust adding it back to your hand. So it's a much cheaper version of that combo, but that combo was always too expensive to begin with, right? So it's strong, but I think it's fine.
It's fine because it costs 5. So um it's even better than regain because regain says you cannot refresh the spirit that is attacking, and
True,
this
very
you
true.
can. So this is potentially like a game ending combo, provided that you have a good setup, like you have at least like maybe 3 for reduction on board, so you can cycle
Mm,
this and you pay it 2, 3 maybe.
yeah, you're gonna need to kind of max out the symbols if you want to try and go for like a really big combo with like luster refresh attack, luster refresh attack, luster refresh attack.
But guess what,
Um,
white and yellow have really good nexus, so
they
it's
do, yeah,
we
yeah.
will
This
probably
card's good.
have some reductions on board.
Yeah. All right. So what other
That's
magics do
pretty
we
good.
have that we can prop with?
We have a
Or-
reversal point, a 5 cost, 2 reduction. This is a yellow magic card. As a main flash, all of your spirit that costs 2 gain astral.
Ooh,
This
two
is
cost support.
all of your spirit that costs 2 gain astral.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, it's a weird card. Like it reads really strong, but I feel like that 2 cost deck spell lineup. We covered this in the last video. Make sure to go and watch it. It's quite tight, and it reminds me of a magic potion or royal potion from set 1, the one that restands all your 2 costs. I don't know if this card's going to see play. Maybe a sideboard. Maybe this is a sideboard card. I'm not sure.
It's odd
Maybe.
because the purple one that we saw, let me just jump really, really quick. There was one that we saw in the previous
It's hellish birthday. It's
yeah,
there.
Hellish
It is.
Birthday has a chain that your cost 2 cannot be blocked by your opponent's spirit with 1 core. I think this is better because, like,
But
Astral,
but hellish birthday also gives you back two cost spirits from your
absolutely,
drop zone,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
it's a better card
And do you
altogether.
play both? I don't know.
I think I prefer hellish birthday, but I think maybe you play like you maybe two. I don't know. This is interesting. I like this one. This is
Yeah.
strong.
If
This is strong.
you want to play a 2 cost deck, leave us a comment. Let us know which one of the 2 you want to play.
All right.
Yeah, what's next?
Thunderwall. Another yellow white spell. 4 costs with 2 yellow, just pure yellow reduction. You select one of your opponent's spirits that does not have astral and reduce its BP by 2k during this turn. Chain white. Spirits with 2k of your BP cannot attack during this turn. Bit underwhelming, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I
Um,
think like one thing that we notice is that in this set there's not a huge power creep, so BPs are
Mm,
not that high. We see a lot of 4 5Ks, but like this seems to be just like a tech against a 2 cost deck, maybe.
mm.
I don't know. Um
I, I have a feeling it's just better cards, right? Like I just
Cost
from
4.
mem. Yeah, that's. I'm not convinced. I'll
Mm,
leave it at that. I'm not
yeah.
convinced.
And we have a battle cancellation, which does exactly what it says on the tin, I think. Is a 3 cost yellow magic card with 1 reduction in flesh. It says neither spirit is destroyed when resolving the battle in which this magic card was used. Very interesting wording, because we learn from past cards that said next battle,
Mm.
that carried on because the battle didn't conclude and stuff like that. I
Oh,
think,
true. God
um,
slaying.
yeah,
Yeah,
God
yeah.
slaying. This one says specifically when resolving the battle in which this magic card was used. Um, so yeah, I mean,
I don't like.
nah.
I don't think it. I think it's too meh.
What is this
Like it
for?
doesn't.
Like, just use God slaying, right? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
I don't
yeah. This
like
card
it.
don't see play. We move
We
into the Nexuses
finish
now.
with Nexuses. Yeah. What do we
Yeah. So
have?
we've got the 4 Cloud Retreats. 4 cost 2 yellow. It feels like every Nexus is like 4 cost pretty much. 2 yellow reduction. During your attack step at level 1 and level 2, your yellow spirits cannot be blocked by your opponent's spirits that cost 1 or fewer. And at level 2, which 2 causes, during either attack step when one of your favorite beasts is destroyed, you ramp a core. Um, I just think it's worse than Cathedral and Paradise combo. Like,
Yeah, it's similar to purple. Like set one
mm,
Nexuses are just so strong. Um, I don't think this
no.
warrants like even like having a split. I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think you even. No, I think this is in the bin.
Straight to the bin. What's not in the bin, hopefully, is this steam powered factory. So it's a bit of a steampunk candy theme. 4 cost, 2 reduction, 1 white, 1 yellow. Is a yellow white 1 symbol split nexus. Wow, I worded that pretty funny. Level 1 0 cores. When you use a magic card, you may count each symbol on this nexus as 2 symbols when calculating
Mm,
cost reduction. Crazy. 2 cores, level 2, during your turn, the first time one of your yellow or white spirit is destroyed by your opponent each turn, return that card from your trash to your hand. This card is good, I think. That's all I'm saying. I think this card is really nice. Again, it's hard
mm,
to find space Nexus wise, but it has 1 symbol that is split. And it says again, when you use a magic card not tied to a phase, to a phase, when you use a magic card, a step, not phase, sorry, you may count each symbol on this nexus as 2 symbols when calculating cost reduction. So one thing to notice is that each symbol, so I don't think you can say, oh, I'll count it as 1 white, 1 yellow. It's either 2 white or 2 yellow, but still is double reduction. And
mm.
the during your turn, again, it's during your all turn, the first time one of your yellow or white spirit is destroyed by your opponent, return that card from your trash to your hand. I don't know. I really like it. I had to read it
Yeah,
twice.
it's strong. I don't think it fits into the typical Fable Beast deck. I think that deck is going to be a bit differently built, so it fits into the kind of Wendy Gloom tempo white approach. Um, but that Nexus lineup is pretty tight. Um, that's the problem. And we mentioned it in a previous video, but this is also a white Nexus, so it can be protected by steel leaves. if you want to sideboard against Ira potentially. So this card can actually dodge Ira while the rest of your yellow Nexuses is still going to be dying to those Andromedas and whatnot. But yeah, what a strong. I think this is a really strong card to end off the batch for yellow and yellow white.
Totally. Yeah. I think overall, yellow white, yellow in that sense, I think is a bit of a meh. I don't know. I'm not a yellow
Yeah.
player, so yellow players, leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. And yeah, Kieran, do you want to sign us off?
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks guys for watching. We love the support. Leave a comment down below what your favorite card revealed was today. Make sure to watch the previous ones if you haven't watched them so far. Keep up to date. We've got I think 3 more batches to be doing. So yeah, stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.